Not anymore. We're good. I think we're all good. I think we're here. We got to work on our hand signals or something.
There's nothing to work on.
I'm doing things over here now. I was trying to do things.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Liquid Lunch, Texas Live Midday Craft Beer Show. Josh Kennedy. Hello.
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 How's it going?
It's good. Can I just go ahead and bring in our guest?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, treat. Just an absolute treat today. Our guest all the way from 25 minutes south of where we sit right now. Casey Moats, founder and spokesmodel for Eureka Heights Brewing Company. How are you, sir?
Hello, yeah. I'm great. How are y'all?
We're great. We're great as well. It's good to see you again. You know.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It has. It's been, I was looking, I think it's been about 2 years. Little right at 2 years with all the things. So, yeah, good to catch up. How are things at Eureka Heights today?
They're good. We're just plugging away. We're brewing actually our Christmas beer today for the first time.
Yeah.
Formerly Holly Jolly Jorts. Name update. It's going to be called Tinsel Trousers this year. The people who own the song Holly Jolly are not jolly people. So we changed that.
Okay.
Kind of our take on a kind of Christmas cookie with cinnamon and vanilla. And we're packaging some Mini Boss, our workhorse IPA. So,
Mini Boss.
Yeah.
I feel like Mini Boss is now like in the when you talk about Houston, like name a Houston beer. It's one of the top 3 or 4 people name now. I think that's where Mini Boss is.
I think so. It's been awesome to kind of see that grow. Obviously, there's a lot of great IPAs in Houston, like Yellow Rose and Art Car and a lot of those. But it's great to see that Mini Boss is kind of up there.
Yeah.
IPA drinkers are, man, they're going to drink IPAs. They love them. So it's been cool to see that beer just kind of keep kicking butt.
It's a fantastic beer. Before my wife went and became with child, it was her one of her go-to. It was like her go-to. So
yeah. It's probably our staff go-to. I'm drinking like a cream ale or pale ale, but I bet if you looked at what our staff, it's Mini Boss for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of cream ales, I'll wait a second, but I mean the news is already out. It's like a month ago. Congratulations again on winning another medal with a fantastic beer, Buckle Bunny.
Yeah, we were really excited. Buckle Bunny won its second medal at the Great American Beer Fest. It's won a gold a couple years ago and got a bronze this year. So, for a beer that's our flagship, that's a beer we've been brewing from day one, and it's cool to see that kind of. Those accolades are fun and certainly huge morale boost for the team. Everyone's working their butts off trying to crank this out. So when you have something like that, it's a lot of fun. We actually were at the Craft Brewers Conference in Denver, where they held the GABF ceremony. Kind of a wonky year. They didn't have the festival, but they did have the ceremony. And we were up there. We had about 7 of us. So they were letting 2 people up on stage at a time. We tried to go up with 7, and they said no. But at least we snuck 1 extra on there. Our lead brewer, Georgina's got to go up with us. But
cool.
it's a lot of fun.
That's cool. Yeah, Georgina, another staple of the craft beer community here in Houston. She's great. It's like, if you got like an all-star lineup.
Yeah.
There. It's I'm hoping next year GABF is back in full swing. If not, maybe we just do a great Texas Beer Fest or something.
Yeah, well, it kind of leads what's going on this weekend is the Great American the Texas Craft Brewers Guild Festival is going to be in Austin. So we'll be out there pouring some beer. We're really just focused on the Houston area for our general distribution, and we used to do some little pop-ups in San Antonio. We've done a couple things in Austin, but it's been a couple years. So we're going to load up some kegs and head to Austin for the weekend. So it should be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, that's going to be the weather hit just right. Like this weekend was fantastic. We did yesterday evening. We did Fire Pit for a good.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So
I had a hoodie on this morning. I had to go dig in the back of the closet to get it out. So that's always a fun milestone.
Yeah, it is. It's finally like hoodie mornings. I don't know that we're gonna have it for the rest of the week, but we did Fire Pit for a little bit, and then we watched the new Halloween movie. Which I don't know if you're into horror movies, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, I do a couple. Yeah, it's not. I'm not like all about them, but this time of year, Yeah, it makes sense. So I watched Hocus Pocus with my kids on Friday. So that was our.
There you go.
Yeah, they're not quite ready for Halloween yet.
I don't
They're
know.
5 years old.
I think if you explain it, somebody, a kindergartner could probably, he's the boogeyman. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, and there was the documentary on Netflix. They do like movies that made us. It's like they kind of do these little fact documentaries about making movies. And I guess the Halloween, there's like no blood. I don't think I realized this. Like all the notes from the producers were like, yeah, don't make it too violent.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, I never really thought about it. You just assume this movie that I've watched since I was junior high or whatever was so gory, and turns out it's not. I just it felt like it would be in my mind, my memory.
Yeah, the first one is it's more of the anticipation and everything that's the scary part.
Yeah.
And then because when you compare it, because the first one is the direct sequel is the one that came out a couple years ago. There's Halloween and then the new Halloween, and that's the direct sequel. Like all that stuff in the middle, you're just supposed to forget. And then now this new one, Halloween Kills. No, wait, yeah, Halloween Kills. That's the new one. That's the third one. Actual third one, not the real third one. But they do pay homage to the original third one. Anyway, I don't know if we need to get into the weeds on all of this, but the masks from the third one that didn't have Michael Myers at all, spoiler alert, it's in the new one. Anyway.
Man, I think I'm lost.
Okay.
So.
You never saw the Season of the Witch, the third one? Nobody? Anybody?
No.
It's actually pretty good. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Oh, yeah, Halloween 3.
Yeah, and there's no Michael Myers. So everybody's like, what's going on here? And they were going to do this whole different thing. Like the first two were going to be like, that was the end of the Michael Myers thing. Mm-hmm. And so they're going to start doing like Halloween movies, but they weren't going to all be connected. And they're like, where's the guy in the mask? But it's like, well, we have masks. Not, if you haven't seen the movie, don't want to spoil it. But they're like, no, it's a different thing. Like, no, we don't like that. So then they brought him back. And then you got all the craziness from 4 through, 14 or 18 or however many more movies were made.
When he goes to outer space. Oh, it's Jason.
Yeah, that's a different one.
Yeah.
That's a buddy comedy, a rom-com or something, Jason and Michael Myers.
It's not canon.
Yeah.
Shit.
But,
Should we ask him the question?
We should ask him the question. I see you drinking a jug there, so it makes me curious.
Yeah.
Casey, what exactly are you drinking?
It's time for your favorite
this is water.
Here on Liquid Lunch.
So that's kind of where I'm at. Mondays at lunch actually beers don't pop up. So water would be mineral water. I know I'm maybe not in the spirit of the show.
No, it's okay.
I actually have not had my lunch yet. So I thought this was better than an actual liquid lunch. Was my little jumbo hydro flask.
We are firm supporters of hydration.
Yeah,
and
I
water.
was still after this weekend. We had a good time hanging out. Maybe I wasn't quite as hydrated as I need to be, so we're still playing a little catch up.
Okay, no, that's important. It's tough to stay hydrated in the midst of all the good times sometimes. But
we do have you covered though.
Yeah.
There you go.
We got a few here.
Yeah, we've got a smorgasbord of Eureka Heights beers, including the award-winning Buckle Bunny. What else do we have? I can't.
We got some Von Wolfhausen.
Oh, the Von Wolfhausen.
Yeah. Fantastic fest beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had numerous ones so far this season. I'll admit a lot.
Well, we had a show all about fest beer / Oktoberfest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tipsy Clover, which I kind of found in the back of my refrigerator. But
bonus beer.
It's a bonus one. And then we got the hazy and
fruity hazy haze juice, the beer that no one can ever say right.
Well, now I don't feel so bad about flubbing the name there.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
That was a lot of brainstorming. Yeah, how do you indicate that it's both hazy and juicy? And so that we went a little redundant with it. So that's a beer we've only been making for about a year, and it's doing really, really well. So just like people who want this kind of regular IPA, you have drinkers that are really looking for it specifically. The hazy in New England, they want that kind of bigger mouthfeel, softer body, a little less bitterness. So, that was a beer we didn't really know what to expect. And it's a big, expensive beer to make. It's challenging and trying to project out what it looked like. We weren't really sure, but yeah, it's been rock solid. And that's been cool to see that doing so well at the grocery stores and everything.
Yeah, I was perusing your website, just going through all your beers, and I kept scrolling and kept scrolling and kept scrolling, and you have so many beers.
We do. We have a lot. that was never our model necessarily. Certainly last year with the COVID shutdown, I think we ended up doing 87 package brands last year. Most of them in our drive-through, but yeah, our designer Jen, she worked her butt off coming up with new ideas. Our whole brewers are just, what can we do, and throwing ideas against the wall. So the website was a big project she had to get that actually updated, because we were something we used to do, I don't know, every 2-3 months. We were having to do weekly.
Yeah.
I think we finally got a little bit of a rhythm, but cool to show, and all her awesome artwork that she's come up with too. We want to highlight that because yeah, it's a lot of effort.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where like a lot of websites lag behind a little bit. Social's easy, you know. You think I'm gonna post something on Facebook or Twitter, and then you forget about the old website hanging out over there. And so some people's websites, it's like, oh, doesn't look like this one's been updated in 14 months. So.
Yeah, it's easier to forget about, I guess. But no, we see it, and people still, they come for our hours, for our address, or find information about the beers. We played with some QR codes for doing some launches last year, and it amazes me how many people still want to go and find out, yeah, what's the ABV on this, or maybe what hops are in our IPAs and all that. So I think that's important for people to, if they're curious enough, we want to be able to find that information. We don't want it to be a mystery. Why do they really like this pale ale? And maybe it's because it's got Citra hops, and that might help them find other beers that we make that they like that maybe have that similar profile.
Yeah, I was gonna say that the information on your website, it's everything's there. You're lacking for nothing. So kudos.
Good.
Kudos to your web designer.
You know, we screwed up.
What do we do?
We talked about what he was drinking.
Oh.
And we talked about what we had on the beer table.
But we didn't actually drink.
Yeah. We're not currently drinking one of these beers.
Pour up some of that Buckle Bunny. I feel like that's a go-to starter.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's a good lunch beer.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me twice.
I won't. I mean, I might. But yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I feel like Buckle Bunny, like the best. It's like just begs for a turkey sandwich or something.
Yeah.
And a pickle. Like a pickle spear and some chips. Right? Just me? Roast turkey sandwich? Toasted bread?
I'm a turkey. I go turkey over ham for my sandwiches usually. So that's I agree. Buckle Bunny's a solid pairing.
Yeah, I would do. I like turkey and ham. I like to go layered meats. You know, my first job was a sandwich artist. I don't like to brag, but you know.
Ooh. Yeah. What was your go-to order back then?
Oh, back then?
The off the menu special.
Well, back then it was a little more streamlined, if you know what I mean. Like it actually, back in the day, they used to have what they called the U-gouge. I don't know if you remember this. Is old school Subway talk. But they used to have the, eat fresh. Hey, Danny, all the way from Florida. How are you, sir? Looks like the house is coming along nicely.
And the pool.
We'll be visiting shortly, I hope, to crash on your couch and swim in your pool when it's done. But yeah, they used to have what's called the U-gouge. This is some insider trading, maybe. I hope I don't get in trouble. And you had that like landing strip of bread on the top that got real soggy if you put any like mayonnaise or mustard on there. But the meat set down in that U-gouge.
Yeah.
And so my go-to was typically steak and cheese. But you know, the turkey ham, you could do turkey ham, or you could do the club, which was the turkey ham and roast beef. You know, I would stay away from seafood and crab and or the tuna. Just as a pro tip.
Insider knowledge.
Yeah, I would.
And the buns.
The buns?
Yeah. The bread. The yoga mat bread.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think now we all kind of know. We've probably got a lot of yoga mat material coursing through our systems now.
Yeah, I feel like the Subway bread isn't the worst thing that we're consuming.
Yeah.
So
I don't feel like I've gotten the benefits though of that yoga mat in my system.
Doesn't make you as flexible as you'd think.
No,
huh?
it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like I'm not flexible at all.
Yeah. So, but maybe put on some yoga pants and see how it, that helps.
Do you want me to put on some yoga pants?
I'm saying maybe that's where the benefit lies. Like maybe you're not flexible, but maybe you look great in yoga pants.
Well, there's a whole world out there that does not want to see me in yoga pants.
Okay. I'm just saying. For your own satisfaction. I love this beer, by the way. You ever have one of those beers where it's like, you order it and you're like, I know I like this beer, but then it gets there and you kind of smell it and then you get that first taste. You're like, oh yeah.
I know. I haven't had this it's been a while. It's been a minute since
and
I've
so it's
had
fantastic, right?
some Buckle Bunny, and just as good as I was the last time.
Yeah, it's like it hits you and you're kind of like, oh, yeah, that is good. This should win an award.
Good.
Oh, wait, it did. Super drinkable. It's just like, I love it.
Like, I'd say this is probably a good chugging beer, shotgun beer.
I mean,
We can attest to that. It does work for that purpose.
Yeah.
That's what you're into. So,
I feel like the shotguns, like start of COVID, hit strong, hit real
Yeah.
hard, and I haven't seen as many shotguns lately.
Oh yeah, they were going strong.
Yeah, I feel.
I think everyone had to get back to work, maybe take a little more liberty with the work from home early on, and we settled into a rhythm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's how we know we've recovered. Is like people quit shotgunning. It's like, yeah, we got responsibilities, so
Responsibilities.
something like that. But yeah, I was going like people were going like every day. I guess it was one of those things. It was destined to. It had a shelf life,
Yeah.
and then
That was. I think everyone's trying to figure out how to connect with people, and throwing a video of you doing something goofy online always is a good start.
yeah,
It got us through those tough few months
yeah.
when
Those,
no one was allowed to leave the house.
yeah, those 2 weeks. Those 2 weeks.
It was longer.
And but we prevailed. So anyway, but it's good. Buckle Bunny. Let's talk about let's do a deep dive into Buckle Bunny. I feel it's
Let's do it.
let's do it. Let's so cream ale is like an American original, right? The style.
Yeah. That's still, we get questions in the bar. I mean, all the time. Like cream ale, people are thinking like cream soda. Like, is it too sweet? Is it going to have a lot of vanilla? And when we were kind of making that beer, we were debating, what do we call it? So cream ale is old school American beer. Generally means that you have rice or corn. And other than that, you're making something similar to a blonde ale. So very light, but the rice and corn kind of designates it, the cream ale. So we use corn. We use quite a bit of American flaked corn in it. Gives it a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of body. We say perceived sweetness because it actually doesn't like leave residual sugar. So you get those flavors without the beer. The beer is still very light, very crisp, very approachable, super drinkable. And other than that, it's really light. We use Willamette hops, which are, again, an old school American hop grown in Willamette Valley, Oregon, or Washington, one of the kind of original farm growing areas in the U.S. And it's pretty traditional. A simple beer, a beer that, we've made and initially made it for my brother, who was a Coors Light drinker, and would drink Banquet beer with me a little bit. And I love Coors Banquet. It uses a lot of corn and like that flavor in beer. And at the time, not many people were making cream ale. We've definitely seen quite a few, both in Houston and just in Texas in general. I think there has been a little resurgence in that. Corn had a faux pas, I guess, for only the macro guys using it. But corn's actually one of the more expensive ingredients we use here. To get good quality corn, it's not inexpensive, and it's kind of a pain how we have to layer it in with our malted barley and all that, but it gives this really cool character that you can't emulate without actually using it in our mash. And we use Kolschiessen on that beer, so that is maybe something that makes it a little different.
Yeah.
Gives it a little more floral character than just a real neutral American yeast. So we think that kind of creates a different profile for it.
So what is the
Simple beer?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's what's the ratio of corn to barley?
It's about 15% of the mash. So
That's a lot of corn.
not a crazy amount. We've played with all sorts of ratios, kind of 5, 10 to about 30%. And you think like a malt liquor might have 20 to 30%, but most of the beers you kind of see in that around that 10 to 20% range. And it's a kind of mix of getting the flavors we want without kind of screwing up our whole brew day, since it acts very differently in our mash tun than a regular malted barley. There's no husk or anything like that, so that usually acts as a natural filter for what we're doing. So you got to balance those things when you're using a different raw material like that.
Okay, so does it, you run the risk of like a stuck mash or clogging or something?
Yeah, potentially. We've never really had too many issues with it, but we do want to do a heavier corn beer at some point. We are kind of in that 30 to 40% range, and just kind of see what happens.
Mhm.
We don't announce it until we see how the brew day goes,
Yeah.
sort of thing. But
So where does I'm going to ask you how some beer history
Yeah.
that you may or may not be privy to. Where does the name cream ale come from? Do you have any idea?
I actually don't. I feel like I should know that. I might write that down in my notes. I feel like I've looked this up at some point. I know Guinnessy cream ale was something that I think a lot of people that grew up in the Midwest or grew up drinking. It was one of the original American, and Little Kings, I believe, was up in the Northeast. Like friends from New Jersey, and that was little 7-ounce chuggers of cream ale, I guess, are what you drank. I think it was, you could drink it quicker if the cops showed up, was what I was at least told by some of my friends. So.
Okay, so it doesn't, like, the thought of, like, I think cream corn, and then I think of my grandmother, and then Sunday afternoons. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but you don't use cream corn in the beer, though.
We do not. We use flaked maize would be, I guess, the proper term. It looks like kind of like rolled oats, a little bit like oatmeal, but it's corn. So very dry, not very sweet at all. If you try to chew it, it's not super pleasant. But once you get it activated with the water, the enzymes convert a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna look up that.
I've brewed cream corn flavored beers before.
That's true.
That's a pretty common off flavor.
Yeah, it's
that and Band-Aid beers. I've done that one too.
Yeah, well, that's your ode to the first responders.
Okay. Yes.
To school nurses everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a tribute beer.
It's a homebrew twang.
Yeah.
Is what we refer to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little something that you just can't quite describe.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it was one of those. What am I tasting? Or something doesn't taste right. So then I had somebody else taste it. Oh, that tastes like cream corn. I'm like, oh yeah. Or it tastes like Band-Aids.
That tastes like you put a Band-Aid on some cream corn.
Or that tastes like Cheetos and feet.
Yeah, Cheetos and feet. That was on your Goza. That was pleasant.
So. That is a specific flavor.
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, I probably could have marketed that one.
Well, copyrights not being what they are or whatever. Yep. So, cheese puffs.
Cheese
puffs.
Cheesy poos and feet.
Yeah, and feet. Yeah, it's just a overall funky kind of thing.
I don't think I could remake that though.
No, well, you have to stick your arm. Isn't that the one you stuck your arm in?
No, that wasn't the arm beer.
Oh, okay. A lot of adventures in Kennedy's home brewing.
This is true. This is true.
So speaking of home brewing and where one typically we hear get their start, and Casey, where you got your start? Well, I'm not going to step all over your story. Where did you get your start brewing?
It was home brewing. Graduated college and moved to Houston, had a job, and kind of needed hobbies. I was all through college, had jobs in the afternoon, at night. I always had a couple other jobs, and I was like, man, I get home at like 5:30 if I wasn't traveling, and like, what did people do? So I was like, I bought a nice camera. I was like, maybe I'm a good photographer. Turns out I'm not. Bought a homebrew kit, and in my apartment in downtown Houston, started just making some very undrinkable beer. So, but really loved it. Thought it was a lot of fun. Always loved cooking growing up, and all through college, I cooked for my buddies and stuff. So. It was a combination of just trying to create ingredients. At the end, you get some booze, so that's cool. And then when we got my house, maybe 2008, had a big old backyard, so kind of grew and grew and grew. I got where pretty much every Saturday I was waking up and going and making a brew, and ended up running taps in the house and kind of went all in as a home brewer. Loved it. And then in 2011, I got, a job brewing at St. Arnold. So, and it was fortunate to go through there and learn from a lot of really, really talented brewers and making some absolutely killer beer. So, yeah. And then in 2015, left, and we started this guy, Eureka Heights.
There you go.
And so many people have gotten their starts at St. Arnold. We run into that a whole lot.
Yeah, it's an awesome, the coaching tree they talk about in football, but the brewing tree.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
It's pretty neat. I know buddies that are all over the U.S. that worked with there, and someone that runs Russian Rivers production. We brewed together at St. Arnold, and so when you're traveling, you can find a lot of people that had that connection, and that's always really cool that, yeah, people got to start somewhere. And you see that at like Real Ale. A lot of the guys in Austin got started at Real Ale. You think these people that have been around a while, there's some of that natural progression, and places that make really, really good beer teach you a lot in how to make really good beer moving forward. So you see people continue that passion and are able to go other places and still really be successful and make some great stuff.
Yeah, it's you do want to be at a place, consistently great beer, and that's what you and St. Arnold, Eureka Heights and St. Arnold both have in common. Is just you always know when you crack open a beer, it's going to be top notch. There's never any like guesswork. So,
it's important. People are spending their money on your product, and you want them to know what they're having. So, and I think that's been great. As the craft brew industry's grown, so many people are making great beer. And I remember when, I don't know, 10 years ago, a brewery opened up, you'd be like, oh, we'll give them a little bit to figure it out. And now, day one, people are cranking out great beer when they open up. You expect it. And if not, it's, I think, way more challenging to overcome. But, yeah, most times you go to a new brewery, and, I mean, a month or two after they're open, and they might have 8 killer beers on the wall. That's really cool to see. Just the industry as a whole, we're still trying to teach people about supporting local craft breweries. So, where they can have a good first beer, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is tough. Like that whole, if they come out of the gate with a bad beer, if there's a bad experience, like with, like packaging or something like that, that's really tough to overcome now. With everybody, like everybody else has raised the game so much that it's a bigger detriment now than I think it's ever been. So a lot of pressure.
And it's hard, especially packaging. It's challenging on a small scale without massive lab equipment and all that to really understand what you're doing. And that's where people like the St. Arnold and Starbucks and the larger breweries that have those facilities are pretty awesome. If you make some buddies with them, you might be able to go and maybe run some samples on their equipment or take them a case, and maybe they'll check your IBUs for you. And lab services too, that's grown, where there's labs in Texas you can send stuff to. You don't have to ship it to Oregon or Kentucky like we used to.
Yeah.
There's actually some, in Austin and San Antonio that we can use for some of that too to help verify what we're trying to do.
That's cool. Hey to Grant watching as well. Anybody who has any questions for Casey, send those along on the chats, and we'll pop those up. He's just a treasure trove of information. And
who, Grant?
Well, Grant has, if you're talking about video games, but anyway,
Grant is not able to sample any beers right now.
No, he's a little. He asked me the other day about non-alcoholic beers.
He's a little young.
Yeah, and so.
But he's off to a good start.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, Philip, our resident nerd, I guess.
He looked up.
Yeah, he looked up some cream ale.
Cream ale, yeah, of course he did.
Okay, so he says the word cream suggests something rich or silky. Okay, agreed. Okay. When did the term cream ale first pop up? That's my question. I always thought it was like a East Coast, like what I heard was East Coast, like Southern East Coast kind of thing.
Oh. I've always heard...
I think that pre-prohibition, I'm pretty sure it was around. I think you kind of call pre-pro lagers.
Yeah.
Generally are an American Pilsner lager with some corn in them. So I don't know when the exact term, but those were definitely the beers people were making before Prohibition was pretty common in some capacity.
Yeah. It makes sense that it would be an ale yeast, before refrigeration was widespread or, something, just a small brewery could afford. Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And we did Mexican lager last year, and it was great and loved it. And it's in that same vein, uses corn and light and crisp and approachable. But yeah, it took us almost 6.5 weeks to turn a batch, and a Buckle Bunny we can do in about 17 days. So things like that really factor into what we're making. We got to make sure we can actually crank out enough beer based on the tanks and things like that. So
we'll speak about Buckle Bunny again, and then we'll segue into the other beers that are award winners from Eureka Heights. But so you won a GABF bronze medal this year. This one's also where'd our video go? Has also won a gold medal. Was it last year?
No, it was 2007. It was actually our first year open. We not quite even open a year. So that was a huge kind of for us to kick off and get some accolades like that.
Okay, sorry. When it went to black there, everybody, sorry, that was my fat elbow.
How long were we sitting in?
I don't know. We could hear everything, but sorry, my fat elbow hit it, and now we were in black
All
for
right.
a minute.
Thanks everybody for pointing that out.
Yeah,
so
I had to figure out.
We should be good now.
Sorry, I've fat elbow, PHAT fat though.
Yeah.
PHAT.
Yeah.
But so when you get get the medal, especially the gold medal, like I feel like for beer nerds like Kennedy and myself, I feel like we watch the live stream and we get all giddy, especially when it's somebody local that we know. But how do people get it? Like the whole month after you win you just walk around the brewery with the medal on, and then that's what I would do.
And nothing else.
Yes.
So just really, I think people get it. I think they. It varies though. I mean, it's not going to take a beer that no one was buying before and absolutely make it your flagship or anything like that. But it's definitely. I think people in the industry know it. Some accounts know it. Our sales team obviously love we have something like that to hang our hat on, and kind of I think it reinforces to the team all the hard work they're doing is making out great beer, and we can talk about it and tell them that all the time. But getting some of this outside validation is kind of nice. Not winning an award doesn't mean you didn't make an absolutely fantastic beer, but winning certainly means that it's pretty good. And there's other things is it entered in the appropriate style and all sorts of nuances. When there's 90-something categories, if you make a German fest beer, the fest beer they might separate it out as Oktoberfest and a Munich lager. And what are those little subtleties can be a challenge to understand and vary from judge to judge. So some years you might get some comments back and you're like, I don't know about that. And it just kind of varies a little bit.
Yeah, it is interesting when you look at maybe a judge was having a bad day, maybe
all that goes into it. And you just never really know what's going on. And we joke, did they forget to have breakfast, or did they get in a fender bender on the way to judge competitions?
Got in a fight with his wife or something and just berated, just emotionally just not there. Or maybe recovered from COVID but never got his taste back and didn't even know.
There you go. Or if you're judging in Denver, you go out and have a good night the night before. So there's a lot of factors.
Yeah.
We've talked to judges a little bit about what it's like. And a lot of times it's 3 to 4 days, and they're pretty full days of them going through and judging. So, that's challenging from a sensory perspective for them to go through and be consistent. So
you would definitely need to go through a rocky training montage for your mouth, just to get ready for 4 straight days of beer tasting. That's
I know you can kind of specify what categories you want to judge, but man, if you get a whole bunch of pretty acidic sours early in the morning, that's gonna change my palate the rest of the day.
Oh, I know. Sure. I wonder if they do that. If they calibrate, okay, you're gonna be able to do pilsners in the morning and then brown ales noon.
They must have hundreds of judges.
Yeah, and then you're on triple IPAs later, and then
I think there's something like that. And I know even the homebrew competitions that we help out with, you try to have some thought process with that. If you're going to do 3 flights, maybe don't start with barley wine. But also some people might want to just start with barley wine, depending kind of how they're going about their day. So it does vary a little bit. But,
I mean, every
it's an interesting process. Yeah.
Yeah, every category's got 60 to sometimes even 100 different entries. So if you're judging more than one category, somebody's wheeling you out in a wheelbarrow at the end of the day.
Yeah, and you can't with beer. You can't do. I mean, I guess you could do a spit bucket, but you can't get the full effect of. You have to the finish. And you do really have to swallow.
You got to get the finish.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, that's definitely a challenge. I think hazy IPA this year was 450 entries.
Oh man.
So that's crazy. And you got to think half of those are really good beers, if not more.
Yeah.
And so how do you differentiate that many just quality beers? And it's definitely challenging. And it's perception. Everyone's kind of just go off their best talent. And what does it mean against this textbook definition?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's kind of it's a bit of a not a crapshoot, but close to it.
It's a pickle.
Yeah.
It's a pickle. It's a conundrum. But Cream, the Buckle Bunny, not the only medals that you've won. One of my favorite beers that you make, Wicked Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good accent.
Yeah, thank you. That's all I've got.
This Wicked Awesome was probably the very first ESB I've ever had.
Okay.
And I fell in love with it, and I've kind of judged. Now it's like one of my favorite styles, and I kind of judge every ESB to Wicked Awesome.
Well, that's good.
Because I'm like, is this one as good? Like, Eureka Heights made a really good one, and so I'm always trying to, I compare it to yours.
It's a style that you don't see. You see a little bit of, but not a ton. I mean, when we were trying to develop that, it was again one of our original 5 beers when we were trying to figure out what it is, and used to see a lot of ambers and brown ales, and there's some really good ones around, and they were also starting to kind of fall off for just general popularity. Yeah, what is that difference? And my business partner Ross spent a ton of time in the UK, and when you go and have a beer in London and ask for a pint, they're going to grab you a Fuller's ESB.
Yeah.
And just those malt flavors are just so unique and distinct that it's hard to make a beer like that without using that. So we wanted to. It's very traditional beer. Obviously, one goal at GABF, but yeah, all English malt, hops, and yeast. And biggest difference, we try to dry it out a little bit more than you might have, and that's, we say brew to climate is something we talk about here. And when you go to Austin, there's so many pilsners because it's hot. And then when I go visit my wife's family up in Minnesota, man, there's coffee stouts and porters and brown ales and all these great malt forward beers. And that's just because it might be -20 out, so you need something a little different than I don't think you want to Helles necessarily.
Right.
So that's probably the biggest difference from a super, super traditional ESB is that, we use a drier yeast.
So we've had other, like here in Houston, our friends over at Holler Brewing as well, they've won awards for their ESB. Could we potentially be the ESB capital of America, or maybe even maybe our water profile is so attuned to making ESBs, it's the magic, like some of those old stories about Burton-on-Trent or whatever, where they figured out that the water was, maybe because I don't know, maybe the water in our waterways kind of look ESB-ish. I don't know. Is that? I don't know.
Well, we use all reverse osmosis water, so we just strip everything out and kind of emulate the water that you would see in London. So we try to get close to that. Holler, I don't know, they just make good beer, so I think that's maybe the answer right there.
Maybe. I feel like we should be the ESB capital of the U.S.
I don't think anyone else is claiming it. So
no. Yeah, there's New England IPAs and West Coast IPAs. What about Houston ESBs? Like, that should be synonymous.
Sounds like a baseball team.
I got to at New Magnolia Brewing Company. I got to go brew an ESB with those guys.
Okay.
I was part of the green card membership, and I got to brew a beer with them. So I got to pick out the style. So that's what I picked. Was ESB.
That's really. How'd it turn out?
It was fantastic. They served it on what do you call it, the beer engine. And
so they're saying they didn't let you touch the brewing process; that you just kind of watched.
I got to mash. I got to mash in the grain.
Okay. All right.
And he let me put in the hops.
Oh, that was nice.
And what else did I do? That was probably all I got to do.
Held the glass until he was ready to take it.
I got to sample all the beers that they had.
Yeah.
It was a fun day.
Yeah. So you're basically a pro brewer.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And the best I've ever done in my homebrew club, we have monthly competitions. The best I've ever done is 3rd place, and that was with an ESB.
With 3 people in the competition?
No, there were 7.
Okay. Well, there you go. Congrats. But yeah, Wicked Awesome. Great beer. Available all the time? All the time?
You draft all the time. It's only canned for about 3 months. I think that's coming out the first week in November.
Oh.
It'll come out for can. So a little bit of a weird it's kind of as we're launching more and more cans, trying to figure out how everything, and there's only so much shelf space out there. So we say it's a little bit of purgatory, but we always have it at the brewery. We generally always have cans at the brewery, but as far as out and about, it's only a couple months out of the year.
So speaking of cans, speak to your artwork real quick, because when I was looking at all your very well done website and very informative website, the artwork on your cans is fantastic as well, and it's just it just screams like you don't even have to look at the name, you know it, Eureka Heights, when you see the artwork. So how do you come up with your artwork, and where did that come about?
That is our designer, Jennifer Lugo, who really designed our logo early on. She just has a vision, and we say bright, vibrant, kind of goofy. We like bigger, bold colors, not over the top, like details. We want things that you can recognize across the bar, across the grocery store. We really try to find what makes it different. Not a lot of breweries were using white on their cans when we opened up. And so that was something when you went to the store, it was a lot of just solid colors, solid reds and greens and blacks. So we're like, and why don't we use white? When we want characters, we want goofy names, we want ways that people can connect with our beer even before they try it, and what helps them remember it afterwards. So yeah, having a little funny with the tramp stamp, maybe that's why they pick up the beer for the first time.
Yeah. No, it's great, because I remember, back in the day, it was, I think, like Clown Shoes. They had those logos that you had to go and kind of like on the big bombers. You had to go look at and kind of figure out what was going on that label. And so, but now you don't really have time to, at least I don't, to go like just peruse.
No, so today I was running late for the show, and I was picking up beer on the way, and so I stopped at HEB, and even with my bad eyesight, I could see 30 feet away where the Eureka Heights beers were.
Boom.
That's good. Yeah. That 30-foot test. That's probably a thing.
Well, 30 foot with bad eyesight.
Yeah.
You guys passed.
Hey, Jose, thanks for finally joining the show. Yeah. We appreciate that. Now we've moved on, Casey. We're drinking the Von Wolfhausen now.
All right.
Fantastic beer. And speaking of like the jokes and stuff, reference to is it I guess the greatest beer movie of all time? Beer Fest?
I think so. Yeah, Beer Fest. Something we're huge fans of.
Yes.
I remember it's the best beer in all the world. One of the Broken Lizard guys, I think that's their group. Just a hilarious movie, something we watched way too many times.
Yeah.
As we were both before opening the brewery and after, and we were like, well, what do we call something like this? And we're like, man, I don't even know. Turns out that was available, so we were pretty excited about that.
Well, it has the advantage of being a fantastic beer. I mean, in a sea of Oktoberfest, it's one that, it's at the top right there where I'm like, yes, because we even did like side by side comparisons, and it's really good. It I mean, the style itself, I love Oktoberfest anyway. I mean, it's just makes everybody in Houston get a little excited because it's not going to be 95. It's going to be in the lower 90s with only 80% humidity when they come out, soonish.
Yeah. We joke about that. It's earlier and earlier every year. I think it launched early August, and that's when the stores really want it. They're ready for it. People are ready for it.
Yeah.
Even if it's got another month or two until the weather actually cools off. But
yeah. Well, that's the thing is like Oktoberfest is the last 2 weeks or so of September, right, and culminates with the first weekend of October. But now we're already halfway through October, and we just now got to where the weather is like when you think about fall type weather. So if we were to follow the weather here in Houston, I mean, you might have to go back and brew some Pilsners in a week or so. I mean,
You know what I always like? It's April, May, or something like that, and then you like look in your refrigerator, and then lo and behold, in the very back, you have an Oktoberfest, and it really makes your day.
It's true, so true. When's the last time you watched Beer Fest, Casey?
I watched it this year in anticipation of making the beer. So about once a year it comes on. It's not really age appropriate for my kids, so you got to find that little time.
Yes.
once a year is about right. That's the right amount now. We know it well enough. But
If I see it streaming somewhere, I'm like, all right, it's gonna like once I see it, I'm like, all right, that's gonna get watched.
yeah,
In the next couple.
it's like Shawshank Redemption. Once you like see it, you're like, man, I should probably watch this again for like the 20th time.
Yeah.
But
it really is on that level as far as storytelling, the
Yeah.
ups and the downs. You know, the trip over to Germany for Graham. Is it Graham? What's
yeah,
in the what's the guy that I need to watch it again. What's the guy that dies? What's his name? The big guy.
yes, Farva, but
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't know. Philip?
No, it's
No, I know his name's not Philip. I'm asking Philip to find out.
Oh, no, this is one where now it's going to bother me. But then his twin brother shows up. What is his name?
I don't remember.
Anyway,
I'll be honest. It's been a while since I've seen
you
it.
need to watch it.
I
again.
know.
You know how to defeat the boot? Like when you're chugging? You know? Do you remember? The
yeah,
technique? You just turn. You got
got a little turn it a little bit.
so the glug doesn't. Yeah. What's his name? Like trash can or something? I don't remember. Now it's gonna bother me, Casey. Now I'm gonna have to go watch it. Like if anybody's asking what I'm doing later today, I'm having to watch a beer fest. We didn't get through all the GABF winners, did we?
I mean, we had them on screen.
That's what I'm saying. Well,
Yeah.
But so Buckle Bunny and Wicked Awesome. I thought we had
Buckle Bunny in
No, that's-
2017.
okay, and then Buckle Bunny twice.
Yeah, and then
That was-
last year, Wicked Awesome.
Wicked Awesome.
And then this year, of course,
Buckle Bunny
again.
That's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. That's the three. Landfill.
Yeah.
That's it. I knew it had something to do with trash.
Landfill.
Thank you, Philip. Landfill. That's it.
Philip always comes through for
Yeah,
us.
he
Thank
does.
you.
Thank you, Philip. Ah, man. That really, I had a cramp in my brain there for a second. I was like,
Yeah.
this is going to be bothering me. That's like when you get something stuck in your jowls. You know? Anybody? Just
No.
me? Okay. All right. Well, okay. So, Casey, what else do we have coming up for Eureka Heights? What do people need to know? What should people be on the lookout for? All that good stuff.
Yeah, Tinsel Trousers. That's our holiday beer launched mid-November. It's a partnership with Combined Arms here in Houston. Does something called Operation Santa, and they basically giant toy drive, really just kids in need. So we do a toy drive alongside that, and some of the proceeds from the beer go to that. And they're doing a lot with Afghan refugees right now.
Mhm.
I think they've got 400 families they're trying to find basically permanent homes for. So just an amazing local organization that we're able to work with on that, as well as a Veterans Day beer called Alpha Charlie that we work with them on. So they're just an amazing partners. So those will be Tinsel Trousers out in the market. Alpha Charlie will just be here in our tap room. And then Wicked Awesome will be launching grocery stores here in about 2 weeks from today, I believe. I think November 1st. So nice fall beer now that we've got some weather. And that's pretty much it for us.
Yeah. Wicked Awesome will be a good fire pit beer.
Yeah, and you can have a couple of them. That's always nice for those kind of malt forward beers. The Chutes Black Butte Porter was always one. It's not a heavy porter.
Yeah.
It's one I can have a couple of. I thought was really, really nice. So
Yeah, it's like, and when you hear like the term liquid bread, ESB is like it's like toasted liquid bread. That's
yeah,
what I think of. A little hug for the inside of your mouth. Anyway, that's weird. Okay, well, cool. All right, well, Casey, we don't want to keep you too long. I know you've got work about the brewery to be getting to,
and my sandwich to get to, more importantly.
Oh.
So
what
Yeah.
what did we discuss? What sandwich you have?
no, here we go. It was brought to me earlier. I usually bring my lunch, but I didn't feel like last week's leftovers. I had a Jimmy John's. This is not a plug, or Jersey Mike's.
Jersey.
I have a sandwich
Okay.
from someone bought me. So
Okay.
That's
Well,
what
no,
I'm going to be eating.
sandwich is always
Think
better when somebody else makes them.
Yeah.
That's a rule of life, a law, one of the natural laws. Okay.
Well, awesome, guys. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah.
It was fun to hang out and chat.
Absolutely.
And that way I don't have to be productive for an hour in the middle of the day.
And that's what we're going for. That's always our goal.
Yeah.
Is to help people, skirt their responsibilities.
Yeah, it's really funny when we get people to start drinking with us too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I know. Some days it might have happened, but yeah, today was not one.
because
So.
their unproductiveness ends up going to the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, cool. All right. Well, Casey, we'll let you get to your sandwich and
Cheers, guys.
doing more of the Lord's work there at Eureka Heights. So thank you for joining us today.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right. Casey Motes, everybody. The award-winning Eureka Heights. Go out and get you some Eureka Heights beer.
Oh.
Bye, Casey.
Bye.
And this is where we mute it and then
Yeah.
we do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't. Let's see if I can. Oh, he cut off. He was ready to eat that sandwich.
Yeah. He was
Good
hungry.
for him.
He was hungry. He had probably been going that whole interview
Just looking at
just
it.
staring at that.
Yeah.
sandwich,
Once it's
saying,
placed there, like this interview is going
just-
too long.
just- oh, I can imagine. There's been times when we've done like remote shows and I've had food sitting in front of me and I'm just
Yeah. No, that's
just staring at it.
that's no bueno. Hey, if whoever's watching, whoever's left, we should share. Can we do share? Are you ready
Share.
to share? Can you share?
What are we? Oh, I don't have the share thing.
Oh, he also, we were on borrowed time there.
What do you mean?
He texted me 9 minutes ago saying that his computer was about to die,
Oh, okay.
and I didn't even know that.
Oh,
So I should probably look at my messages more throughout the show.
it's another distraction.
Yeah.
Let me see
Well,
what do I have.
Other than my fat elbow making us go to black.
I've got nothing but oh crap. Jose texted me. Yeah, see. Jose sent me a message at 12:08 saying what time today, and I did not see your message, Jose.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what you do. You don't look at messages. That's your
at
thing.
12:08 I was busy.
But you're busy all the time, apparently.
Well,
You just
no.
you don't really look at messages.
I was busy at 12:08 today, and
Sure.
I'm sorry, Jose, and pretty much everyone. Our shows are basically going to be 12:30 until further notice.
Yes.
Now, if Jose probably doesn't look at Facebook very often.
Nor should he.
No, but I did promote.
He said it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all cool. So
I forgot. I've been sending Jose messages every Monday when the show starts, and
that's nice of you.
I forgot today.
That's dedication.
Well, you know what? I've got things on my mind.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of things on your mind,
I've got so much stuff to do right now.
well, let's talk about it. We got
Okay.
a few more minutes.
All right.
You're very close to the
Yeah.
nuptials.
I want to show you something.
Okay. Can't wait to see it. What's that?
You probably can't tell.
I can't tell. What? That's your fingers?
Look how shiny these things are.
Oh. Okay.
Uh-huh.
You got your nails done?
I had to go out yesterday
Uh-huh.
and get a mani pedi
Why?
because Julie wanted me to.
Why?
Because when you get married,
Uh-huh.
you take pictures of your hands.
Uh-huh. So forever
rings.
your hands will look like a dainty.
No, they're well trimmed. Look
Yeah.
at this.
Did you need to get the petty?
She wanted me to.
Are they going to be taking pictures of your toes? Because I'm not going to be a part of that. When that part of the wedding celebration happens, that's probably where I'll dip out.
So
When your shoes come off, I'm probably out the door.
But so I found out that whenever you're looking at your nails, you don't do this. You don't say, "Oh, let me see what my nails look
Did
like."
you do a clear
You do
coat?
like this.
A lot of questions
Like
here
this.
about this.
Uh-huh.
Danny wants to know, did they do a clear coat?
Uh-huh.
So you had your nails painted?
No, they did not do a clear coat. What they did is she sanded them down, and then she put like polish on them,
Yeah, that's called a clear coat.
and then just buffed off the polish.
No, they left the polish. You got your nails painted.
They are not painted.
It's a clear coat.
It's a polish similar to like car wax.
Yeah, because you put that on your paint job. So you got your nails painted.
They're not
essentially.
painted. They're
Essentially.
just
Clear
they're,
coat.
They're like so
Clear coat paint.
It'd be weird right now.
Everybody, let's do a quick poll.
Uh-huh.
Danny, Philip, Jose.
Uh-huh.
He got his nails painted, right?
They're not painted.
I'm saying, kind of did. Yep.
And
Thank
then,
you, Danny.
So
Danny
they
agrees with me.
Yeah, and then it was. I've never gotten one of. No one has ever touched my feet other than me.
Jose says the same thing.
What?
Danny says paint. Philip.
I did. Yes.
You got your nails painted.
They're not painted.
What's next? What is Philip said no, he got actual.
No, they're buffed out. Philip's right.
Philip's had a manicure then. Philip, you he had actual substance put on his nails. It's not just that it wasn't like natural and then buffed.
It was like a wax.
Are you going to get your eyebrows done, or did you already do that?
Oh, she wants me to get my eyebrows done.
What else? Bikini wax? What's next? Back? You
Well,
gonna get your back waxed?
Well, I went to the doctor today, so.
Huh?
Yeah, I had a physical today.
So, what does that mean?
That means I kind of. It's a little nicer.
Oh.
And I don't need. No, it wasn't.
You got a Brazilian?
It wasn't quite a Brazilian.
The Peruvian?
But, you know.
All the way coast to coast? That's the Peruvian.
I trimmed the hedges.
Yeah. Well, that's all right.
Because they were, it was out of control. And you know, when you get my age, and they check certain things.
Yeah.
And it's already going to be unpleasant enough.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just.
I'm having unpleasant feelings right now.
Well, wait till you get my age.
I'll never be your age. You'll always be older. See what I did there? Boom.
Wait till you get to my age, my current age.
Okay. Dan says makes the deck look, but yeah.
Yeah,
when you sand wood, you can get it shiny there, Philip, but that's not what happened. He put some varnish on there. Yeah.
They asked me if I wanted to do shellac on my nails.
Yeah.
And I said no, and they're like, well, you know, a lot of guys get shellac. They're like, that's pretty common.
A lot of guys that go get their nails done get shellac. Most guys don't go get their nails done, despite what they say. They're trying to get your money.
I mean,
what are y'all doing for your honeymoon?
We're going to Mexico.
Just crossing the border and hanging out there?
Yeah.
Just like walking over and looking around?
Yeah, we're going to walk over and do sketchy shit.
Okay.
Come back across and do more sketchy shit.
Turns out Mexico's a pretty
sketchy stuff. Sorry.
Yeah. Turns out Jose says he's never done his nails in my life.
Before yesterday, neither had I.
Yeah.
It was weird, like having somebody touch your feet.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's totally like it's perfectly natural for women, but it's just it was such a weird thing.
There's only one natural way a man should be touching another, or a man should get his feet touched.
Yeah,
and that's if somebody's trying to break his ankle with a foot lock, which is where it's appropriate.
Yeah,
and which is also the only reason that's why you keep your nails short.
Although the foot massage part of it was pretty nice.
No.
Eventually, you have to relax and just let it happen.
No, I'd be like a cat.
But man, my toenails are like they've never looked that good before, and the soles of my feet have never been so smooth.
Jose brings up a good point.
What?
Marcellus Wallace would not like that. I get thrown off a balcony for something like that.
Well, I probably won't do it again, but at least the ring pictures will look nice.
You know they can touch those up afterwards, right?
That's what I told you.
Yeah.
Like, can't we just Photoshop this later?
They will.
She's obviously not listening right now, or she'd be chiming in.
Right. Well, she already won. She doesn't need to listen. She already got you to go get your nails done. Where in Mexico are y'all going?
Cancun.
Okay.
Or Playa del Carmen.
That's where we went.
Yeah, it's the standard one, you know.
We went on a cruise.
No, we're not doing a cruise, but you know we're gonna spend a week out there. It's nothing unique.
It'll be fun.
But it's right now. I'll give you guys a little word of advice or a little tip, a hot tip here.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, flights to Cancun are super cheap.
Yeah,
we're talking less than $200 round trip. To
now
Cancun.
The real question is, if you get abducted, just off chance,
they're gonna marvel at my fingernails.
They will. I'm sure they'll be like, "Why does this guy have such shiny fingernails? It's weird." They'll probably cut them off.
Well, not just shiny, but they're well manicured.
But if you get taken hostage, where do you keep your bags of cash?
Oh, where do I keep my bags of cash?
Yeah, so that we can,
Oh, I'm sorry. Do I look like I have bags of cash?
Well, you're gonna need some if you get taken, down in.
Oh, for
ransom.
For ransom? No, don't.
What do you want us to do? Do you have something you want us to hawk? Where's your most valuable things? Just in case.
Don't ransom. Don't ransom.
Don't pay it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if that means like they won't ever let you go?
I'm gonna say mi tío es un abogado.
What does that mean?
It means my uncle is a lawyer.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that'll work. Is your uncle a lawyer?
No,
Okay.
he is not.
Do you have any,
None of them are.
you have any uncles coming to the wedding?
Yes, one of them.
Okay.
My mom's brother.
What's his name?
His name is Steve.
Steve, Uncle Steve.
Uncle Steve.
Can't wait to
yes.
meet Uncle Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he? He's your mom's brother? You said.
Yes, my mom's brother.
Okay. Your mom's super sweet. Is he anything like your mom?
Uh,
I feel like your whole family is nice.
Sure. Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
We got, there's not everyone's family members are nice,
That's true.
but for the most part, I would say mine are.
Okay. No, I figured you were the one not nice. You're kind of the anomaly.
Oh, you mean I'm the asshole out of the bunch?
Yeah. Which is
I don't
fine
think
because
so.
I'm used to you, but the rest of your family is so
think so.
pleasant. It's like,
I
oh,
don't think so.
it's enough to keep you around. You know. Anyway, is it gonna be how many people are gonna be at the shindig?
Funny thing here.
Mm-hmm.
For what I've noticed, and I've noticed this because I hear it all the time.
Yes.
People do not like to RSVP.
Oh, do they?
People do not like to do it.
Oh.
I don't even know if you did it or not.
I don't know. Kelly would have done that.
She may have.
Yeah. I don't know. Perhaps. I mean, I know it's important, but that was also
Well,
like.
Yeah, because we need like numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have about 80 people there.
I figured it was assumed with me.
No, we can't. We don't assume anybody.
Oh, okay.
I mean, assumed. Yes, I knew you would probably be there because I knew you wouldn't have a lot going on that day.
Not be working.
But I mean, we don't.
Jules
know
is on. Jules,
we,
how'd you get him to get his nails done?
She's gonna say, "You guys are talking about that."
Yeah.
Yes.
We were making fun of Kennedy for that. Thank you for that, by the way. Thank you for that fodder. That's fantastic. Have him do other things. Have him get like his back waxed or something, and take video. Yeah.
My back is not that hairy.
Well, okay. Still,
I don't need a waxing.
I say the whole thing gets waxed.
Mm-hmm.
Just neck to ankles. See what happens.
No, I think.
And then video it.
I think Julie's more upset that people aren't RSVPing.
Oh.
But we expect about 80 people there.
Okay.
Which is cool because we were first expecting about 100, and then, then people started saying, "Oh, I can't make it. I can't make it." And
no, I did not see his toes, Jules, and I don't want to see his toes. I'll just take his word for it.
I can show everybody
I'm
my
good.
toes.
No, it's fine.
Jose, you want to see my toes?
Nobody wants to see your toes.
Jose, if Jose wants to see my toes, I'll show him.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Again, let's go. Let's the beers. What styles of beers are going to be at the
At
reception?
the wed. Oh yeah.
Are you going to have beers for the wedding? Like we sit down and like somebody's peddling beers through the crowd?
No.
That'd be sweet.
So at our wedding, and you're welcome for this. We are going to have. Jose wants to see my toes.
No, he's not. Well, send him a picture later.
I think he just wants me to
no.
show my toes.
Well, he's also not that flexible. He'll have to be on the floor to get his feet up on the camera.
God, yeah, I'll probably fall.
ESB and the Firkin.
Yeah,
We were just talking ESB.
Yeah, so
Fantastic.
it's not exactly an ESB. It's like an English mild, which is going to be very similar to an ESB.
Yeah.
We have Brendan brewed so much beer for us. He brewed that, and I helped sort of.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like you did at Magnolia, at New Magnolia.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Like a hazy, juicy IPA.
Okay.
And so we have a keg of that. We have a keg of Philip. Philip is hooking us up big time. He brewed 2 beers for the wedding. He's brewing a Kolsch and a red ale. Mike, producer, TD Mike.
Yeah.
He's brewing us a Hefeweizen. And Tammy is brewing us a sequential clone, so a Goza.
Cool.
So we have all that, and possibly there might be an appearance from a with a Deca beer company keg.
Oh.
There's a possibility that might show up.
Okay.
So we have a lot of beers.
That's a lot of beers.
We have a lot of beers there.
Yeah.
It's all home brews.
So
And
how long? The reception can't last 9 hours for us to all finish off those beers.
No, we're gonna have to drink a whole lot.
Well,
We're not talking. We have.
the facility will only let you stay there for so long. Where's the after party?
There's after parties going on. Julie, can I Can I tell everybody where the after party is so they can show up to the after party?
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll
don't have
see.
to, like, as long as I
We'll
know.
see.
That's all I care about.
Actually, Julie, if you post on here where the after party is, I will tell everybody.
Yeah.
And
She said, "Hell yeah."
Everyone can. Everyone watching right now is invited to the after party.
Where's the after party?
Well,
She said you could.
okay,
She said, "Hell yeah, please do."
okay,
Right? You saw
all
it?
right,
I'm
all
not
right.
making it?
Yes, Julie. Now, I just
Are you hesitant?
hold on.
I need you to tell me the name of the place again. Oh. So he needs you. Okay.
I forgot the name of the place.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I was hoping she would just put it out there.
Oh, right.
So it's a Thursday night.
Mhm.
The wedding will probably go to about 10 or so.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'd be cool if everyone crashed the wedding too.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Henderson.
What?
Henderson.
Henderson Heights.
That's what she is.
Oh, Henderson.
I didn't want to.
All right.
Steal your
So
Where is that?
let's say it's on Washington.
Okay.
It's real close to like Platypus and stuff like that.
Holly.
So yeah, but this is actually on. Yeah, it's close to that. But this is actually on Washington.
Gus's fried chicken.
Oh.
Gus's famous fried chicken.
Oh.
It's just right around the corner from Platypus.
Yeah. Is it? It's on Washington.
Is that what Platypus faces?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
yes, it's across the street.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So anybody who would like to come out to Henderson Heights on Thursday after probably 10 o'clock at night, if you guys are into partying on Thursday nights,
And who's not?
head out to Henderson Heights on Washington Boulevard, and that is going to be where the after parties are. You will see me in a tuxedo, or what remains of the tuxedo at that point.
So a cummerbund and a smile. Do you have a cummerbund?
No,
You need to get a cummerbund.
I don't
You'll be
have a
wearing one.
I don't have a cummerbund. I have a vest.
Okay.
So it'll just be me in a vest.
A vest and a smile.
Vest and a smile.
Maybe a bow tie still.
Yeah,
somewhere.
But the bow tie won't be around my neck, if you know what I'm saying.
All right.
Oh,
That's
it's
gonna be
not-
fun.
not
I'm
that
excited for
kind-
you guys.
Not that kind of a party. Oh, I got so much to do between now and then.
Yeah, glad it's. I'm so glad. It's like when other people are pregnant. It's like, man, this pregnancy was super easy for me. But this one, this one still pretty easy for me so far. Turns out. But yeah, they go by a lot faster when they're other people's, and so I'm glad it's you doing it, and not me.
Well, by this time next week, it'll be over.
Wow, yeah. When are you all coming back from the honeymoon?
Well, we're actually not leaving until. Oh boy, Julie's gonna kill me here.
Mm-hmm.
The 30th, I believe. It's
Oh.
whatever that Saturday is.
You're leaving the day before Halloween. You're gonna be
Yes.
doing Halloween in Mexico, huh?
We're gonna be doing Dia de los Muertos in Mexico.
Okay.
We're gonna go to all the festivals in Mexico and try not to get abducted.
Cool.
Actually, I'm not worried about getting abducted at all.
You're not.
No, I'm more
I mean, you
worried-
should be a little bit.
I'm more worried about getting drunk and passed out and pickpocketed.
Yeah. And then somebody takes you somewhere,
No,
leaves you in a bathtub full of ice
no,
with your kidneys removed.
no.
I'm sure that happens.
No, it does happen.
But they'll be like, "What about his liver?" Like, nah, that's no good.
Nobody wants any of my internal organs.
I mean,
Nobody.
you don't think?
No.
Okay. Way to go.
No.
Way to preserve by not preserving or whatever. Cool. Are you about to crack another beer?
Yeah. Are we about to sign off?
I was gonna, but if you're gonna, I can wait. I haven't finished my second.
Oh.
If you got stuff to do today, though, think about that.
I
You
do.
really? You don't ever
I do have stuff to do today. You know what I'd rather do?
have a beer? Another Buckle Bunny?
I would rather have another Buckle Bunny.
Okay.
Because I get to go home and we have family coming over
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, and I have to go and clean up the house and.
Yeah. All right. I had to do that.
Or I could drink a beer and just say, "Hey, I was doing a show.
Yeah. This is work.
This is work."
Yeah. I had to do this. I
Yeah.
had to do that on Friday. Clean the house.
I'm not gonna say yo soy un mamón, Jose.
Jill says you have a lot of stuff to do today.
Yeah, I know. I know I do. You forget, Jose. I kind of speak Spanish, or I used to speak Spanish.
Yeah. You're gonna need to grab a sandwich or something on the way home to fuel yourself for the rest of the day. I hope you have some cash to get a sandwich.
Yeah. I got cash for the wedding.
There you go.
So much stuff to do.
Yeah, weddings are tiring.
Mm-hmm.
You're exhausted, absolutely exhausted. That's why I'm only going to do one. I'm only going to do one wedding. I did that. I did one 20 years ago, and I'm good. Almost 20 years ago. But yeah, you need a sandwich. You're going to need a sandwich for sure. Sandwich. Everybody needs a
I
sandwich.
want to say I'm not eating carbs, but actually I'm not eating carbs, but
You're drinking them.
I'm drinking them, so I might as well have a sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah. I speaking of cleaning the whole house, that is hard work. I cleaned the whole house on Friday, and then mowed the yard.
Oh, I need to do that too.
Did you see how good my lawn was looking?
Yeah.
You should lay
Yeah.
down in my grass. It feels so good right now.
These parents are going to be staying with us a few days, and
Jenny says, "Congrats on the wedding."
oh, thank you.
So.
Thank you. I am very excited about it.
Yeah, as you should be.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's exciting. Weddings are great. Being married's awesome. You should be excited.
I am. I'm super excited.
There's
there's just so many like working parts going into this thing. It can be a little bit overwhelming.
I'm glad to see that your attitude's changed a bit. If you go back a couple years ago, there's probably like 17, 18 episodes or so, maybe more than that, maybe the vast majority of our episodes where we were asking you about getting married.
Yes, you did.
And so,
You razzed me a little bit about that.
yeah.
Guess what? After today, you can't razz me about getting married anymore.
That's true. It's true. But I can razz you about getting your nails done.
You know what? If
Who
your
does that?
wife asked you to get your nails done,
She wouldn't do that.
if she did,
But she wouldn't.
if she did,
She
you
wouldn't
would
do
go
that.
do it.
I wouldn't.
If she said it would mean a lot to me if you went and did this with me,
I'd
you
say,
would do
can we afford that? And she'd be like, no. I'd be like, all right. So no.
it. If she
She'd be like, no.
said, "Hey, I have a coupon or I have a gift certificate that somebody gave me, and I really want you to go with me to do this,"
Yeah.
you would do it.
She wouldn't want me to do it. She wouldn't want that. She likes me a little rough around the edges. That's what she likes. So no,
Well, if all of a sudden she decided to get into like some foot play,
no, she wouldn't do that either. She doesn't like feet.
if all of a sudden she decided, yeah, but
Yeah,
women
wouldn't happen.
change.
It wouldn't happen.
Everybody changes.
Yeah, but no,
And she's like, I'm really into like this foot stuff.
she's not.
Can you go with me to get him a pedicure?
Yeah,
You would do it.
no, that's true, Jose. We don't need reasons to harass Kennedy. No, none of that would ever happen. So no, no, I'm pretty steadfast in that whole not getting a manicure thing. Although, one of my daughters was putting makeup on one of my other daughters, and she's kind of like, she had said she would do it, but then like would say, hey, yeah, can I put makeup on you? And she's like, yeah, I'll let you do it, but then kind of reneged once she got what she wanted. And so she was kind of mad that she was going to do somebody's makeup, and my father-in-law was like, you could do, it's like, can I put makeup on you? And he's like, yeah. It's like the best father-in-law ever.
Yeah.
Let her put makeup on him. So,
Yeah.
it was super sweet, but then he was sitting there with eyeshadow and all that stuff on. It was hilarious.
Yeah, but you know what? It washes off.
It does wash off, but the pictures remain forever. But anyway, okay. What else we got to talk about? I think that's about it.
I got my prostate checked today.
And is it still there?
Do you want to talk about that?
Not really, but I'm assuming everything's fine.
He said it felt fine.
Okay.
But
Congrats.
then again, that whole time I was like, just quit.
They don't have to do it that way anymore.
Please. Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
They don't have to do it that way anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. They don't have to do the finger test.
Huh.
Especially not 3 of them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
There's a like a blood test or something.
Oh, so you think the doctor was just messing with me?
Just maybe.
Oh.
Maybe that's quicker. The old digital digiroony, whatever they call that thing.
Yeah.
The old bowling ball test.
I just thought it was something they did.
No, they do it. They have done it for a long time, but I don't think
Yeah.
it's required anymore. They can do a blood test.
They don't check you for hernias anymore either.
Yeah.
Where they tell you to cough.
Yeah.
They cup and say cough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
No, it's been a while.
Okay.
Jose says his doctor's been giving him that for the last 10 years. I think something's going on there, Jose. You and your doctor may need to find a new doctor. But anyway, okay.
Are you requesting it?
Yeah.
Jose.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah.
super thorough prostate exam.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, I'm glad to hear that you're healthy
Yeah, so
for
far.
the most part. What else did they tell you? Did they tell you anything else?
No, they just
Levels look good.
Well, I'll get the lab results later.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, before my insurance runs out, I need to get that colonoscopy.
Yeah.
That old man colonoscopy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not so much the camera that's the hard part. It's the guy with the boom mic. That's the uncomfortable part.
Oh, I thought it was like the audience.
It's tape before a live studio. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. I feel like that's like a good note to go out on. Yeah.
Hey, we may joke about prostate exams, but
Yeah.
man, are they helpful.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Make sure your prostate is healthy.
they
When's
are-
prostate? November, whatever.
Prostate exams and colonoscopy have saved probably millions of lives by now.
Sure. Absolutely.
So
In November's Prostate Health Awareness Month or something.
it's uncomfortable.
Mhm.
It's no fun.
Yeah.
But I'm about to do that. And I want to do it on like one of our I want to have the prostate exam done the next day after a show.
Uh-huh.
So when we do the what you drinking segment,
Oh,
I'm gonna be like,
drinking that jug of whatever.
I'm drinking the stuff to make you poop.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
It'll be a remote show. I'll be at home doing
Yeah.
this.
No kidding. Yeah, speak for yourself, Kennedy.
They do save lives, Philip.
Okay. All right. So everybody go get your back door examined.
If you're of age,
What's the age? 50?
typically 50. But if you have but
Hold on there.
if you have a family history of like colon cancer or prostate cancer, you need to go a little earlier.
No, I don't. So I'll be waiting. Got a good little, like 9 years going now. 45 now. They say that.
Oh, it's 45 now.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
they're just trying to get your money.
Oh, well, if it's 45, I still got like another few years left.
No, you don't.
Totally do.
No. All right. I think that's a good note to go out on. The brown note. We good? How much beer do you got left?
Enough.
Okay.
I will finish this beer before Hooray for Beer ends.
It's only 35 seconds.
How long do you think I need?
I don't know. Oh, yeah. Do they wipe after? Well, that's probably you know what? Just text him, Jose. How about that? I'm sure the whole aftermath is like.
Do they wipe you after?
Yeah. Do they like clean up or do they make you do it? Just hand you a squeegee and say, here. Because that seems like awkward that they're.
You mean after the finger test?
Whatever.
They get that glove and they go and they turn it inside out and they toss it.
Yeah, but there's right. They lube up.
Oh yeah. Do you want?
Right. So
You
they're
don't want a dry finger up there.
No, you don't.
Trust
But what
me.
I'm saying, yeah, there's excess jelly. So they give the white. They put a little like powder.
I've never thought about
Do they
that.
powder your tuchus afterwards so you're fresh?
I've never thought about that.
I think I would want some powder, some baby powder back there. Maybe they have some man-scented baby powder. Makes like smells like tobacco, or oak, or whiskey.
You might be onto something. I think
Oak-scented butt powder.
Yes, I think you should go with this.
Yeah.
There's money to be made.
Yeah. There you go. Manly undercarriage products. That's what I'm going to do now. Is it flavored? No.
Mhm. I mean, there's a market for flavored undercarriage powder
No, not powder.
or salve.
I'm going to hit the music. We've crossed the line.
You better.
I'm going to do that. Jose, you're not helping.
Jose.
That's the end of the show. All right. Thanks to Casey Motes for making the show legit, at least for the first 45 minutes or so. And then we came crashing to a halt. But Eureka Heights, go out and get some of their delicious award-winning beers. And we'll be back next week with the new Mr. Christopher Kennedy, making an honest man out of him. And I'll just be me, Josh. And we'll see you next week. So thanks, everybody. Bye, Jose, and everybody else. See you next week on Liquid Love.
The preceding has been a presentation of Stewed Productions.